This is all messed up now. Basically, like, just shredded the whole inside of the fender. Well, it is currently 3:45 in the morning. About 3:45 in the morning, and I'm about to finish packing up the car so that we can drive all the way to North Carolina today. Here we go. 731 miles, 10 hours and 40 minutes to go. Let's go. So we've been on the road now for about 3 hours. We've done not quite 200 miles, and I'm more awake, so I figured I would do a better intro to this video. But today we are on our way to North Carolina, and we actually stopped in Palm Bay, Florida, which I actually grew up not far from where we're standing right now. So I always like stopping here just because it's a little nostalgic, and even though we don't necessarily need a fuel stop when we get to this part of the trip, I just kind of like stopping here. So it's been pretty uneventful so far. It's rained a lot, which kind of makes it suck, but I haven't encountered a lot of traffic. But of course, it's been really early in the morning. I'm thinking there's going to be a lot of traffic because today is the Saturday before Christmas, so I'm assuming there's going to be more traffic. But I just got gas, and so let's get back on the road. So slight change of plans. Before we get back on the road, we are going to get some Chick-fil-A because it's delicious. And every time we do one of these trips, we always travel on Sundays, which means we can't get Chick-fil-A. So we're taking full advantage. And yeah, I'm starting to get hungry. So before we get back on the road, we're going to get some food. I'm going to give you guys some of the world's first ASMR hash brown eating while driving. This is my hash brown. It's going to be delicious. Did you hear that crunch? That crunch was amazing. People who listen and watch ASMR videos are weird freaks. Don't be friends with them. I'm just kidding. Unless that's you and you watch this channel, then you're amazing. So we're driving along and we can't figure out what is going on with this person's license plate. They've got it like screwed into the car, but like beside the license plate holder, and very crooked. We have now exited the speed haven that is Florida and entered the speed trap that is Georgia. But yeah, nothing exciting has really happened. Oh, a truck did blow a tire in front of us. Like a semi-truck blew a tire in front of us. Not directly in front of us. We were behind another car. That was kind of scary. My car is kind of taking a beating today because not long after we left the house, there was a big accident on 95. And the cops were basically like, if you like live down in Florida or somewhere else that has like express lanes, they have like those like little cones that line up that bend over if you run over them. The cops are basically like forcing you to go onto the express lane over those things, and luckily we're in this car which is beat up anyway, so I didn't really care. But like I was thinking, if we were in like a nice car, that would really make me upset. And then I ran over a huge chunk of the tire from that semi. So yeah, the car's, it's taken kind of a beating today. I'm glad we drove this instead of something else. So we're currently stopped somewhere in Georgia, I don't know, to get gas. And I realized that, like I told you guys that we're behind a semi truck that actually blew a tire. Well, I ran over part of the tire, turns out it actually did like a lot of damage to the inside of the car. This is all messed up now. I'm not really sure how good a footage I'm getting. This is all messed up now and basically like just shredded the whole inside of the fender liner. So we noticed because something was like rubbing when we pulled in, and turns out it's that. So not the best thing ever, but we're back on the road again. That kind of sucks that the tire messed up that fender well, but honestly that fender well had already been messed up before, and I actually had it zip tied together. And so I just went into that Love station and got more zip ties and zip tied it back. But yeah, that kind of sucks, but it gives me a good chance to talk about why we actually drove this car instead of one of the other cars, because I've mentioned before that we usually use the BMW for like these kind of long road trips just because it's an SUV, and the only reason we did it is because it's actually due for service. It needs like the oil change, it's time for new brake pads and stuff, and I actually just recently did an oil change on this car. It has more recent brake pads and has tires more recently, so that's why we decided to drive this instead. And I guess that turns out to be a good thing, because otherwise the BMW would have got messed up. And honestly, this car is pretty worthless, to be honest, because it does have a rebuild title. You know, it's got a lot of cosmetic issues, so it's not really worth a whole lot, whereas the BMW, we kind of want to protect its value as much as possible, because it like still doesn't even have 100,000 miles on it yet, so we're trying to keep that down as well. And we're going to put about 1,500 miles on the car driving this trip. So yeah, I guess it turned out to be a good thing that we did not take that car, just because it probably would have been messed up by the tire and everything. And so I'm glad we brought this instead. It's not as comfortable. You know, it doesn't ride as well at high speed like the BMW does, but it is better on gas, so it saves us some money there. But yeah, so that's why we're driving this and not the BMW. We're not quite halfway, we're getting there, and obviously that set us back a little bit on time. We're probably not going to get to North Carolina until more like 4:30ish. I mean, we still have to make this lunch stop and another stop for gas, so yeah, we'll check in with you guys later. We're here at our final gas stop, pit stop time for the day. It's about 2 o'clock. We should be there around 4, so about 2 more hours, and we're stopping to get some food. And yeah, this should be it. So we're almost there. We're definitely ready to get there. It's been a pretty uneventful drive, except for, you remember I told you about the blown tire thing messing up the front of the car? Well, now I'm getting a rubbing noise from the wheel, and I don't know what it is. I think it's just some of the plastic kind of scraping on the tire, like the plastic that's left from the wheel well. But we've been driving and it's been fine. I'm gonna take another look at it, but I think it's just part of what happened, and we just have to kind of live with it. So we're very close to being there. I think we're like 30 minutes away, but traffic is terrible, and as you can probably hear, it is raining as well. But I wanted to take a second to kind of explain our schedule over the next couple weeks, because I've talked about that we're going all over basically the country, but I haven't talked about where we're going or when we're going. And I said earlier that when I got home, I was just gonna relax, but I forgot we have a little party thing to go to, because my mom actually graduated with her master's degree yesterday, so we have a little thing to do. So I'm not really sure how I'm going to be able to end this video this evening, but basically, obviously today we're driving North Carolina. Then on Tuesday we are going to be flying to New Mexico, and then we're going to be there for like 2 or 3 days, I'm not sure, and then we're actually driving to Oklahoma from there, and then flying back to North Carolina on like the 29th, and then we'll be with my family until the 2nd, and then we're actually driving back to Florida. So we're going all over. It gives me a chance to kind of shoot vlog style videos, which I really do enjoy making. I'm sorry if today's was a little bit boring, just because, you know, we've just been driving. There hasn't been a lot that's happened. So the most eventful part of my day was the tire blowing on that truck and ruining my Focus. Not my personal Focus, my Ford Focus. So that kind of sucks, but yeah, I'm not really sure what else is going to happen this evening, but I wanted to go ahead and let you guys know that while we were still in the car. So it's now the next morning from all the footage you saw yesterday, and it is 23 degrees. It's bitterly cold. It is not my thing. You guys know I live in South Florida, so you know I'm used to nice and warm. But I did grow up in this weather, so I should be used to it. But yeah, 23 degrees is freezing. But yeah, I realized yesterday I forgot to do an outro when we kind of got to my parents' house and settled in, because as soon as we got home, we left basically to go to a celebration for my mom. She graduated with her master's degree, so her friends threw her a surprise party at a local bar in town, so we went to do that. And then as soon as we got home, we immediately crashed, because we had been up since about 3 o'clock in the morning, so we almost made it 24 hours straight. I think we went to bed at 12:30. So today, as you can see, I am not in my Ford Focus. I'm actually kind of giving this car a test drive. This is my mom's BMW Z4. I actually don't know the year of the car, but I'm kind of test driving it because we are considering purchasing this car as kind of a little two-seater convertible to have, but that's content for another video. I really just wanted to do an outro. So if you did enjoy today's video, which is unlikely because honestly it's pretty boring video, but please hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell as well. If you're already subscribed, hit the notification bell. That way you never miss a future video. And of course, my channel does not usually feature a lot of content like this. It is usually focused on cars and motorcycles. As I mentioned, the end of this year is going to be a little different because we are traveling. We are going to be gone until after the first of the year, so my next couple of videos will be all about traveling. So if you enjoy travel vlogs, you should enjoy these videos as well. But anyway, this video has gone on long enough for sure, but please stay tuned to my channel for all of my adventures on 2 wheels, 4 wheels, or no wheels at all. Bye, and have a happy holidays.